Pahlavi text, translated by E.W. West, Part 2, the Dadistani Dinik and the Epistles of Manuskihar, Clarendon, Oxford University Press, 1882, Chapter 44. As to the 43rd question and reply, that which you ask is thus: there is a man who is superintending avar, Bekako, and skillful, in whom great skill as regards religion is provided, and the high priest's duty and officiating priest's duty, magopati, are performed by him. They are not performed by him, but in him great skill as regards religion is provided. In a place of that district there is no one who rightly knows the commentary and the proper and improper, so that he comes forth into a place of such decay. Sapkan, and the people of the district who constantly order all the religious rites, dino, of many sacred ceremonies from any poor man of the various persons from other districts whose skill and superintending are not like his, but they constantly come to that district, shall constantly receive from him all the many religious rites and many sacred ceremonies. And that man who is revered and skillful proceeds not undejectedly, la anas kandiha, and bashfully to his own superintending position, the position of the religion and position of the skill which are his. He does not demand any employment in the district or any award, dina, from the district, and does not know how to provide any other employment or award in which there would be any fitness for him. Are the people of the district, on account of the skill and activity which that man has exercised in religion, due to the performance of all the religious rites and sacred ceremonies which they constantly order, thereupon to prepare that man a stipendon, bahar, and it is necessary for them to give a stipendon to that man? Or how is it necessary to act, and is it necessary for them to collect it for him or not? And of the much advantage of all the religious rites and work, is it necessary to speak thus: until the time that thou hadst come, it was not possible for us to order except of him who is inferior to thee? Or how is it to be done? It is necessary to collect a stipendon for him on account of the benefit and reasoning thought, virmato, on other subjects, of which he was the means. Or how is it necessary for the superintendent of our people to collect such stipendon of skill, position, and religion? The reply is this: that a man of such description as written above, and superintending the exercise of skill and provision of ability, is very worthy of a stipendon and courtesy, kupi, also, through good management of all religious rites and the ceremony of the sacred beings, he is very confident in any uncertainty. Therefore it is necessary to consider that he manages more openly and better than those whose skill and ability are not like his, and also as regards stipendon and reasoning thought, owing to the worthiness of the ceremony of the sacred beings, his are more whose skill, ability, and activity in religion are greater. And as to a man who is, as written above, when all those religious rites and ceremonies are well managed by him, and his repeated direction and right continuance of proper duties are an accumulation of his own reasoning, thought, and great capability, and are ordered of him with great solicitude, one who is also to consider him a stipendiary thereby, and a thriving acquirement of ample reasoning thought. And as to him, moreover, who is less skilled than he, and of inferior position, by as much as he is not so worthy, his custom is therefore to produce a want of himself again. But he who has much skill should have a great stipendon, and he of medium ability should have a medium one. He having less means of benefiting worthily, maturely, and necessarily. And the value is, as it's said in Revelation, thus: the stipendant they should announce to him who is an upholder of religion is 2 shares, and to him who is mediocre only 1. To him whose lot is inferior, that man is a master and high priest, whose usage also, in eco, is wise, and in ability, goodness, and skill is the best of those of the religion of the Mazda worshippers, which is the religion of the wise upholders. And the exercise of his religious disposition, originally possessing a religious stipendant, which they shall order of him in that place, and that of the other worthy ones and applicants in the place and coming applying to the place, as much as it is worth and happens to be their own want, one is to altogether thoroughly well consider for him. Good destiny is not fulfilled by granting to those applying, but through forward ability, the forward, kind-hearted, and extreme skill provided, and grand position, he is worthy of much stipendant, and it is important to make them stipendary in their own gradation of applying. For the observance of moderation and the granting of applications are mutually destructive, and it is discriminatively said that the high priest, Gamasp, of the Havovas, considered in that mode the much skill of the good superintendent being, without a stipendant, as not disproportionate, but most justly very moderate. Moreover, to collect for all except for one skillful man, and to provide a stipendant for any other applicants, it is not right, and the limit should be moderate, for each one really shares the moderate apportionments according to his own want, apart even from the sacred ceremony. But to collect for such a man who has kind-heartedly superintended by rule during reasoning thought is a greater good work than to approve even him who is superintending much more authoritatively. And he who has himself requested is to obtain everything last, for except in that case, when a virtuous doer has in any mode begged a livelihood, and is not capable of earning it, so that something even of the righteous gifts of clothing is begged by him, to live in idleness is not the way to be assisted, but he who has not himself requested, and is wise, to beg a suit of clothes, Rakt Hana, they give to the good provider of gifts much praise, and for the preservation of the perfect giver are many religious friends, and the position of the upholders of religion, so it is necessary to give, and to consider it as provided for the great female, whom Revelation greatly celebrates, that patron saint, who, connected with religion, and as it is said, that in the opinion of Human, the high priest, the perpetuous religion is, as it were, the way of saving their souls. About the upholders of religion, and a more particular rule, how the lawful computation should be for the glorifying with moderation, a chief of the priests has spoken thus: Shouldst thou be our father in wealthiness, I am thy protector in body, and thou becomest thy protector in soul. The same collection is the way of the friends of religion, for begging from the upholders of religion the preservation of the soul, and for well considering extremely gracefully and fully reverentially the advantage and pleasure of the position of the upholders of religion, so that they shall properly collect for the preservation of souls by the mode of going to collect thoroughly with great gang. And we'll get to the notes later, but Human, we're not talking about Haman from the Bible, and Haman in the Quran, again, we're not talking about Haman from the Bible. I know it sounds similar, but whatever. And certainly, certain people, honorable mention is important for the community when time goes by. And I don't mean saint as in, oh, you pray to them or pray through them. No. That their example is a further example of how things work. Because if only one individual was able to just sit there and, follow the teachings of the prophet, but the fact that others followed this example or that example or this teaching and this new circumstance and all this other stuff, it makes it more tangible, more motivating in terms of, hey, I can follow this.